The cry in my heart for your glory to fall, for your presence to fill up my senses. There's a yearning again, a thirst for discipline, hunger for things that are deeper. Would you take me beyond? Would you carry me through? If I open my heart, would I go there with you? What do I have if I don't have you, Jesus? What in this life could mean anymore? You are my rock, you are my glory, you are the lifter of my head. Hi everybody. So I was just playing Cry My Heart by Starfield. I love that song, it's pretty great. I don't know if you noticed though, I was using the same chord progression C. So I had C in there, I had G in there, I had A minor in there, and F in there that I showed you before. But I was actually playing a new chord in there as well, and that was the D minor chord. Ooh, sounds so funky. And so, I know what you guys must be thinking. Wait, if he's playing D minor, does that mean that he's learned some new chords? Absolutely, that's exactly what it means. So, like I said, I've been watching videos by Justin Guitar, and he has some great stuff out there, showing some very easy to understand ways of playing the ukulele. So, what I'm going to show you guys today is 3 chords, as well as their major, minor, and actually their 7th variations. So, I'll tell you what all those are in a minute. So, like I said, I'll start off with D because that's the one I was showing you right now. So, of course, I showed you guys how to play D before, where we have to cover our 2nd fret on our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string, and so I use my first 3 fingers to do that. Oh, it's always sort of funny. Still trying to get past the fatness of my fingers. So that's our D major chord. Then we have our D minor chord. So our D minor chord is going to be the same 2nd fret on 1st and 2nd strings, but then instead of 2nd fret on the 3rd one, we're actually going to have it on the 1st fret on our 3rd string. So instead, I'm going to start with my middle finger on the top, and then I'll be able to use my index finger here on my 1st fret. So that's my D minor chord. Yeah, sort of sounds ominous like minor chords generally do. So here's our D, and here's my D minor. So there's the little difference right there. And then there is also the 7th chord that he was showing how to play, which is really cool. I like 7s. Apparently they're used a lot in ukulele, so it's good to know how to play them. Generally, I find them pretty easy to play if you know how to play the basic chord. The one thing about a 7th chord that I find is that it's very much like an anticipation of something happening, where a major chord can sort of stand on its own. The 7th chord is like sort of a lead, and it's like you know something's going to happen. So if here's our D, then here's our D7. I don't know if you understand what I mean when I think anticipation. That's just how I describe it. So like I said, it's very similar to our D. So it has our 2nd fret on our 1st string, and then we actually leave our 2nd string open this time, and then we have 2nd fret on the 3rd string. So I'm just going to do that. So that's our D7 there. So we have our D, our D minor, and our D7. Sounds pretty cool, huh? So that's the first one I started with. Next one is our old friend C, classic C. There's lots of songs with C in it. So, like I've shown you before, C is made by just placing one finger on the 3rd fret on the bottom string here. It's a very open string, sort of. I imagine what ukulele is sort of based to play in a lot of ways. So that's our C chord. Now our C minor stays on the 3rd fret, but we actually have to go on the 3rd fret on our bottom string and our 3rd string and our 2nd string. So instead of putting 3 fingers on, because you know how awkward that is, like I've shown you how I play D, What I'm going to do is called to bar on a fret. So I'm going to take my finger, in this case I'll just use my index finger, and I'll just cover all three strings on the same fret with my one finger. And that's my C minor. So again, that ominous feeling that you get while playing a minor chord or listening to one. So that's how to play that one. You can do it with different fingers. I'm just showing you with my index finger here. The one thing that Justin said was when you place it down, it's good to like try and stick your knuckle out a little bit, so make sure that you're completely flat against the neck here, because otherwise you might miss something and it sort of sounds muffled instead of actually playing it. So that's our C and our C minor. So our C minor. Then last, of course, is our C7, and this one, if possible, is at least as easy as our C chord. Instead of playing like our C chord, we play on the 3rd fret. Our C7, we play on the 1st fret. So again, that anticipation, I think C is a lot better for showing that. Phew, that's fun. So we have our C chord, our C7, or C minor, and our C7. So there we go. And then last I'm going to show you is our other old friend G. G is pretty great. Used in a lot of different chord progressions. So here we have our classic G. So again, we have 2nd fret 2nd string, 3rd fret 3rd string, and 2nd fret 4th string. That's our G. Now our G minor is like almost the same. So it's again 2nd fret 2nd string, 2nd fret 3rd string, except now it's 1st fret on our last string. So I'm going to actually change my finger position a little bit. So instead I'm going to put my 1st finger on the 1st fret over here, and then I'll put my 2nd and 3rd up here. So that's our G minor chord. Here's our G again. G minor. Again, G with an ominous feel to it. And lastly, we have our G7. So very similar again to our G chord. 2nd fret of our 2nd string and 2nd fret of our 4th string. But now instead of placing our finger on the 3rd fret on our 3rd string, we're actually going to put it on our 1st fret. So if this is our G, then this is our G7. So again, G with anticipation, G with like, like we're going to do something. So we have our G minor, and our G7. It's lots of fun. And so yeah, absolutely, now that I know these ones, I'm much more able to play lots of different songs. Like I was showing you before, I'm able to play lots of different things. And in the next video, I'll go through and show you 3 more chords that I'm learning or have learned, as well as their minor and 7th variations. So thank you so much for watching, and I want to give a big shout out to Justin Guitar. He makes some great videos, and evidently I'm able to learn something from it, so that's pretty good. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.